Okay. Hi, 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 hi. This is a surprise show. I know people haven't seen me in a while. I would like to give you guys updates as to what's going on. As you come in, hit the like button. As you come in, hit the like button and leave a message. Hey, Carter, welcome. I know I just let everyone know on short-term notice that I was going live. Let me just fix this here. And let me send out some messages. So I created a group. Hi, Genesis. I created a group text message, and the government, because it's the government who's harassing me, okay? And agencies in the government, as we know from Twitter, from the Twitter files, it's the FBI and it's the DOJ and it's the White House. That's who's doing the harassment, right? And I was going through this long before anybody else. Hey, country queen, okay? So I created on my cell phone, okay, a group chat. So you know how on your cell phone you can create group text messages. Well, they came in and they blocked me from sending text messages in the group chat. This is the government. This is your DOJ. This is your FBI that's doing this. Hey, Regina. Also, I was working on a training course, and that's something that I was doing, so that I can work part time. And what they did, the same DOJ, same FBI who's harassing people, literally, I believe, blocked me from opening the file so I couldn't finish the training course so that I could legitimately work. Okay? So these people, not only are they committing heinous crimes, the DOJ, the FBI, um not only are they committing heinous crimes against people. Hold on. Let me just yeah. I didn't come on here to complain, but I came on here so that you understand what I've been going through the other day, and I'm telling you who's behind it, okay? And it's the DOJ and it's the FBI. They are the ones, blocking people from working, and I'm not a criminal. The reason why they're doing this to me is because they illegally put technology in my body and then trafficked me out to corporations, and the corporations would pay them. Okay, and all of this is done through the FCC. Hi, Miss BB. Hi, Chrissy Hutch. And they don't want people to know. I want to show you. I'm going to download. Hold on. I want to show you the group chat. Okay. I'm going to show you a screenshot before we get started. I'm not here to complain, but I want you guys to see. Okay. As you're here, let me do a screen share. Okay. So I want you guys to see. Let me just zoom this out. Okay. So this on the screen, hi Glass Moon. This on the screen is my cell phone. And what I did is I created a group chat, okay, for people who don't want to be a part of the private chat, right? The private. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open back up my Telegram and just have people go there, right? Okay. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And we're not here to talk about this, but I kind of want you guys to see what I'm showing you. Okay? So you see, I created the group chat, right? You can't see anyone's numbers, so it's okay. You see here, right here, that's a clock. That clock is saying that it's still being sent. Okay? And it's the FBI doing it, it's the DOJ, and it's the White House. As we know from the Twitter files, they're the ones using the government agencies to censor people. Okay? And they're the ones using government agencies to harass people. But they're not just harassing you, with your text messages. They're also harassing you if you go to get a normal job. Okay? And in my case, and I'm not saying this to be like, oh, boo hoo hoo, woe is me. In my case, the reason why they harassed me, okay, I was being harassed long before any of these people were being harassed. While these truthers were making money and living the good life, I was being terrorized by the government. And the reason why I was being terrorized by the government is because corporations and the New York State government put technology in my body. Okay. And that technology, the corporations put the technology and they were paying the government. So it's technological human trafficking. Okay, how many here heard about the SVB collapse? The SVB banking collapse, and it still didn't send. I'm looking at my phone and the message still wasn't sent. Okay, E. Carter. Okay, welcome, Ryanel. Genesis. Okay, great. Now, here's what you don't know about the SVB collapse, and I'm going to show you. Okay? I'm going to show you. Okay. Don't listen to anyone. Okay? Watch this. You see this? Silicon Valley Bank. Okay? Okay, I'm waiting till it pulls up on the screen. All right. So, Silicon Valley Bank. All right? Let's make this bigger. Just give me a second here. Okay, great. Okay? They offer, this is what they say. I want to show you something. I want to show you what the government is hiding and why the government is targeting me. Okay, I'm just going to go back and read it on the main page. Okay, watch this. So, SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, offers banking and financial solutions and sector expertise to companies, across life sciences and health, including biopharma and health tech. Biopharma and health tech. Let me show you this. Silicon Valley Bank. This is Reuters 18 hours ago. Watch this. Cash shadow on early stage US biotech. Okay. This bank funds biotech. Don't let anybody tell you that the bank failed because of woke policies. Woke policies is a front, okay, for more nefarious and insidious agendas. And I'm going to show you what they're involved in, okay? Because this bank was connected to Jeffrey Epstein, okay? I'm showing you why the government, the DOJ, the FBI, the White House, and all these other government agencies, why they harass me. You see, I don't bring you guys hocus pocus. The bank didn't collapse because of woke policies. Woke policies is money laundering. Raise your hand if you understand what I'm trying to show you. Woke policies is a front for money laundering. That's how they wash their money. Press 1 if you understand English. Thank you, E. Carter. Anybody else? I didn't come here for that, but I wanted to show you guys what I was going through. Wonderful. Let me say this again. Woke policies. Okay, when people money launder, when they human traffic, when they money launder, okay, they have to wash the money somehow. So what do you think they do? How do you think they wash the money? They create these policies. Oh, equity and diversity. Garbage. This system is rotten to the core. The people running the system are rotten to the core. What the hell do they know about diversity and equity? They're criminals. Okay? There will be no diversity, and everybody will be equally poor and broke and busted who are not them. Do you understand equity? Equity is not giving you a leg up. Equity is making everyone equally poor who are not them. That is why I said to Black people who don't listen, do not fall for critical race theory. Critical race theory is using Black people as a front for a pedophile agenda. And when people bust that they're promoting all sorts of sick, dehumanized agenda hidden inside of critical race theory, when the governors find out what they're teaching, okay, what they do is they run to Black people using Black, Boule people and Freemason people. They use Black Boule and Black Freemason people to say, oh, look, they don't want us to learn Black history. No, that's not what's going on. What they're doing is they're pushing pedophilia and bestiality and things that Black people or any other normal person, because I don't do the Black thing, any normal, decent person would not accept, and they're using Black people as the front for it. The other front that they're using Black and brown people for is this racial equity. The people at the top are the descendants of the people who caused colonialism and who caused slavery. That is how they made their money. Slavery and colonialism did not start with poor white people on the ground. When slavery and colonialism was taking place, the average white person was a serf. They didn't even own land. It was rich people at the top that created slavery and colonialism. And those very people at the top are the ones who are trying to push a policy of racial equity and an equal social justice. Are you kidding me? These are the people whose parents, whose grandparents, whose ancestors became rich off of slavery and drug trafficking and colonialism. So this is why I say to Black people, I said, listen, when they come with their social justice, run from these people. It's a trap. It is nothing more than to make everyone equally poor. That is what it means. Rare Gem, welcome. Are you guys following? Okay? When they say equity, they don't mean equity a leg up. And let me show you something. When they say they're going to give you reparations, look at how many years I've been suffering the injustice of the US Department of Justice, of the US State Department, of the FBI. Never committed a crime, never hurt anyone. They came after me for my DNA. They came after me for my ancestral lineage, stole what they wanted to steal, and then destroyed my life. I can't even send a group text message because they blocked me from sending a group text message. Okay? And these are the people that's going to give you racial equity and justice. People. And when you say, and I'm saying this for white people as well, I didn't come on here to make this about black and white, but black and white people in America, they need to see that they're both being played. Okay? And I'm going to get back to this biotech and show you what this bank is all about. Okay? The people at the top of the pyramid, when they say equity, they mean they want everyone equally poor. That is why they don't want competition in schools. Are you following? They don't want people to excel, and they don't want tests in school to see who excels and who needs to work harder. They don't want people studying math and science. Why? Because they want everyone equally stupid. When they tell you equity, equity doesn't mean a leg up with you're equal to everybody else being given a leg up. That is not what they're saying. What they're saying is everyone will be equally poor, broke, sick, and dumb. That is what they mean. Now let's get back to this bank and the US government and the criminal corporations who are run by one tribe. It's one tribe doing this. Okay? It is one tribe who wanted me to marry them into them because that tribe tracks DNA. If you really know my story, you would be horrified at what the US government, in particular, this one racist tribe, what they did to me, and the US government protecting them. Okay? Now, this bank funds biotech companies. Okay, what's biotech? Biotech is what's in my body. Let me say that again. Biotech is what is in my body. Press 1 if you heard what I said. And I didn't come on here to talk about SVB, but the fact that I'm still waiting for this text message to go through to my group, because once again, they blocked me from text messaging on my phone. And then, watch this, when I was legally, nothing illegal, nothing criminal, doing a training to start working, they blocked the software from opening so I don't get a legal job. This is criminal, but you have to understand how this tribe works. They are criminals. And it is one tribe that controls the United States. And when I say tribe, I'm not talking skin color. I am talking about one group who share a religious political ideology that says they are supreme and everyone else is inferior. It is a political religious ideology that they are supreme, the planet is theirs, and they have been hunting bloodlines. Listen carefully. They have been hunting and looking for certain bloodlines that is older than theirs, and they have either tried to intermarry with them or outright destroy them. And that one cartel, and I'm not talking about the Mexican cartel, I'm talking about the cartel that's a tribe that runs the United States is behind this. While they peddle, and that same tribe is the one who peddle racial division in the United States. And I think I'm going to make it my life's journey to promote racial peace in the United States. I'm dead serious. And I know I'll probably lose a lot of black people, and I know there will be a lot of white people apprehensive to it. But that's okay, Because every seed that is that is sown, eventually becomes a tree. I am going to make it my mission to promote racial healing, and I am not talking about weaponized, make everyone equal, which is a communist agenda to make you equally poor, broke, busted, and disgusted. No, but I think I'm going to make it my mission to, to promote racial harmony among the peoples in the United States. I am dead serious about this because their number one goal is to cause racial division, and I will do the opposite. Their number two goal is to cause hatred. My second mission is to promote love. Whatever they do, I do the opposite. Thank you, E. Carter, for putting my Cash App. If anyone wants to donate, the Cash App link is there. Okay, so let me show you this. So the bank, this SVB bank. Okay, so many of you are wondering, what was Jeffrey Epstein doing? Okay, Jeffrey Epstein was not just trafficking children. People, that was a limited hangout to hide what Jeffrey Epstein was really involved in. Okay, Jeffrey Epstein was not just involved in trafficking children. Jeffrey Epstein was involved in building the coming slave system. Did everyone hear what I just said? Thank you, E. Carter. If anyone would like to support, you have my Cash App link and you have my PayPal link on the screen. Okay? Jeffrey Epstein was working with scientists and he was working with tech people. They created central bank digital currency. Central bank digital currency was created by pedophiles. Central bank digital currency is a slave system that was created by pedophiles, Jeffrey Epstein being the highest. Okay? Now, here's what you don't know. Remember, I brought Melinda on, and Melinda gave you her testimony with the paperwork of what the US government and their corporations were doing? Okay. Here is what you don't know about myself, Melinda, and other people like us. Our bodies, my body, Melinda's body, was used to build, in particular, my body. I know this for a fact, and this is why the DOJ, the FBI, and the criminal corporations like SVB, and I'll tell you how the whole system works. It's a trafficking system, okay? My body was used to test the coming slave system. Now, I know this is not about the lost city of El Dorado, but we're going to get to the lost city of El Dorado. Okay? And I'm going to show you how. Okay? I believe he's still alive, Easty boy. Okay? So, my body was used to test the central bank digital currency. And the way it works is that they put the technology in your body. The technology is licensed out. Let me show you the whole network so you can see. I can give you a visual so you understand what I'm trying to show you here. Okay, so Okay. Okay, let's see here. Just give me a second here. Let me just download this. Okay. I want you to see what I'm talking about, okay? All right. So here we are. I want to show you what I'm talking about before we get to El Dorado. I might even change the title. Okay. So what you have here is I'll show you how the trafficking occurs and why they won't stop harassing me. Okay? Yes, Ryanel, foster children are also used to build the system. Foster children, people in mental institutions, you know. You see, I would have moved on. I left New York and moved to another state. But the same criminal human trafficking corporations, along with this one tribe that runs the US government who believes in slavery. People, you have to understand these people believe that this planet is theirs and they believe that you were put here to be their slave. This is not a joke. This is what they believe and practice. So when they tell you equity, they don't mean equity in you getting rich. They mean equity in all of you becoming poor. Let me show you. Let me show you how the trafficking works. Okay? Okay. I'm going to change the name of this because, I'm going to change the name of this live stream. Okay. So when they put, watch this. So when they put biotech in your body, okay, biotech or cybernetics, biotech, remember, SVB is connected to Jeffrey Epstein. When they put biotech, which is what they put in my body, okay, let me show you what this looks like, okay? Okay. Okay, let's start from the beginning. All right, on the screen is what you call body area networks. Okay, so you have nano, which is what is in the vaccines, ban, body area networks, pan, lan, can, man, ran, wan. Okay, these are the different types of networks that can be put into someone's body. I have body area controllers and body area networks put into my body by US corporations in New York City, and then I was trafficked. And all of this is done through government agencies, and the group that protects them are the DOJ and the FBI. Okay? And once they put this in the person's body, what they do is they take the body, the technology in the body is linked to their cell phone. I'm going to show you how it links. It links to the cell phone and your wireless computers. I'm just telling you about the government technology, not the alien technology, just the government technology, which they got from aliens, right? So let's look at the different types of body area networks, right? So I'm not making this up. I have the actual evidence of this in my body. And I'm going to show you the whole trafficking scheme of how they traffic people and then ruin their lives. Okay? I'm going to change the name of this live stream. Okay. So the body area networks, referred to as Y bands, wireless body area networks, or W bands, is a wireless networks of wearable computing devices. They're computers. Okay? Bands are embedded inside of the body as implants. I never authorize any corporation in New York, any medical facility in New York to put this in my body. They put it into my body without my knowledge and without my consent. I'm going to show you the whole human trafficking network so you know how it goes so it doesn't happen to you. Because when they do this, the US government, agencies in the US government, along with the corporations, are used to harass you. And then the front group, which is the media, social media, and those in alternative media, not everyone in alternative media, but those in alternative media are used to slander you everywhere. This is what Jeffrey Epstein was involved in. So, what they did is they told you that he was only involved in raping children. No, he was not only involved in raping children. This is what he was really involved in, building the coming slave system, of which my body was used to build. And the government is involved and corporations are involved. All right. I'm not talking about the alien tech in my body. I'm talking about the government tech. All right. Okay. So look at this. Look at the different types of computer networks for the body. You have nano. The nano is what is in the vaccines. When you go from nano, the next one is BAN, body area networks. That's the one that's in my body. Okay? This is PAN, a personal area network. Okay? This is wide area network. All of these are connected to either the nano, which is in the vaccines, and the body area networks. All of the WAN, wide area networks, the MAN, the metropolitan area networks, the CAN, the campus networks, the HAN, your home networks, your VLAN, that's your virtual networks, your WLAN, that's your wireless computer networks, your SAN, your LAN, your PAN are all connected to your bands, body area networks. And let me show you how. And all of this was being built by Jeffrey Epstein. This is what it looks like. When they secretly put technology, the government criminals and the corporate criminals who are slave drivers. You're not talking to someone who's a conspiracy theorist. I have the evidence of this in my body. I have the burn marks of trying to shut this. Well, it was something else I was trying to shut down. Okay. So when the WAN, WLANs, and PANs, and CANs, and BANs are all in your body, this is what you look like. This is me. You are hooked up to the grid. Okay? Is everyone following? I want to show you something. Okay. This is my actual body. Okay? You see the blue circles? This is what your government did to me. Okay? All right, let me go back. This, going back here, when the person has wireless body area networks, right here, body area networks are the red dots. You're hooked up to a PAN, a personal server. The personal server is run by Medtronics. Okay? The Medtronics is where the PAN is, the personal servers. The personal server stores all the information inside of your body. It then sends it to the towers, the wireless towers, the wireless antennas, the cell phone towers, cell phone antennas, okay, 5G towers. Then it sends it back to the WLAN, okay, the wireless area networks. Then it gets passed through the internet. Let me show you the different places it can go. It can go to the doctors. It can go to hospitals. It can go to police. It will go to the media. It will go to, exactly, that is what they did to me. Now, this is what it looks like. Okay? This is a sample. Okay? This is my actual body of what the US government and their trafficking tribe corporations, the tribe, did to me in New York. This is my body. You see how it looks exactly like this? You see how they look exactly alike? Let me put them side by side. Hold on. So you can see. See? This is what Jeffrey Epstein was building. Press 1 if you're on Earth, if you're there. This is what Jeffrey Epstein was building. Okay? Right? So when they tell you that he was only involved in just child trafficking, no, that was to get ahead of the story of what he was really involved in. And my body was used to do it. Now let's get back to SVB. And let's get back to this slave system, right? Because I want you to see visuals. Okay. All right. So when this is put in your body, okay? Okay? Your body emits a signal. A signal is called a frequency. Okay? The frequency is under a spectrum. The United States, the FCC, controls all public commercial frequencies in the United States. The radio spectrum. This is the radio spectrum in the United States. Yes, the black hats. Okay? When this is put in your body, you are then here. I'm showing you how the trafficking works. Yes, the small hats. I'm talking about the small hats. Everyone press 1 if you understand the second phase of what Jeffrey Epstein was involved in. Jeffrey Epstein was involved in international human trafficking on a scale that is outrageous. And the only thing they told you about was that he was involved in just violating children. No, Jeffrey Epstein was building the coming slave system, which is backed by CBDC, central bank digital currency. And I'm going to show you how they do it. Okay, so the wireless, let's start here again. And I'm not repeating myself, but I'm repeating myself because sometimes it takes a while for people to get what I'm trying to say. When they put the wireless body areas networks in your body, which is small computers, computer processors in your body, that is the red dots. Your body gives off a signal. The signal is here, the FCC radio spectrum. I'm not going to show you the signals coming off of my body. Okay? I'm just going to show you how they traffic people. Now let's look at what's on this spectrum. Okay? I'm going to show you who does the trafficking and how it's done. I'm going to show you how sophisticated the trafficking is. This is the radio spectrum. Radio services color legend. This is the colors and who they represent on the left. Let's look at it. Aeronautical, mobile, satellites, radio astronomy. You see the people who talk about aliens? Hi, Ruby. And they say they have alien encounters. They need to be checked for tracking devices and chips because they could be on radio astronomy. They could be on aeronautical frequencies, and they are picking up ETs. Okay, this is aeronautical mobile satellites. This is land mobile. That's for your cell phones. This is radio. I can't read that. Satellite. This is satellites. This is aeronautical radio something because it's kind of blurry on my end. This is land mobile satellites, this color. Radio location. Okay? Radio location satellites. Maritime, that's the sea. Amateur radio, that's your ham radio. Amateur satellites. Maritime mobile satellites. This is radio something. I can't read it because it's blurry. This is radio something satellites. Maritime, broadcasting. Broadcasting satellite, meteorological satellites, space operations. When people are saying they're encountering ETs, you can't just sit there and call these people crazy. If they have technology in their bodies connected to something like space operations, space research. Let's say they're encountering other life forms out of the sea. You can't just sit and call them crazy. What if they have maritime frequencies? Don't forget that the frequencies are in the ether. You can't see the ether. The ether is where entities live, and not all these entities are demonic. So when you hear people talk about aliens and interdimensionals, they may not be crazy. They may have technology in their bodies. And those specific technologies are connected to specific frequencies where those entities live. Rare gem, I'll answer you in a second. So this one is fixed satellites. This is mobile satellites. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's look at this. So that was the legend, and the colors on the legend are here on the right. I'm showing you how it goes. Okay? Okay? Now you go from 0 kilohertz to 30 gigahertz. That's the spectrum. I'm sorry, 0 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. Unfortunately, this is really blurry. Okay, so I can't really drill down and show you, but let me show you how the trafficking is done. So your doctor implants you with one of these devices or shoots it in your blood when you get an injection. Okay, and all of a sudden you start hearing voices in your head, and they say, oh, you're crazy. No, you're not. Because we have here radio astronomy in yellow. We have here radio. We have radio satellites. Oh, okay. So let's look. Yellow is radio astronomy. Radio astronomy in the 30 megahertz bandwidth is here. You see the yellow? This yellow on the screen is this yellow that represents radio astronomy. So anyone, listen carefully to how the trafficking is done. So let's say there's a corporation that wants to license out frequencies for radio astronomy. Okay? Now, someone put technology in your body that is capable of picking up signals for radio astronomy. So your body has already been capable of picking it up. Okay? A corporation now comes, and let's say your signal is 30 megahertz for radio astronomy. So the technology is in your body to pick up signals for radio astronomy. You've already been primed. It is under the control of the FCC. The FCC controls the frequencies. So you are now on the FCC radio spectrum. Does everyone understand what I'm telling you? Press 1. Okay, wonderful. Only 2 people? Only 3 people? 4 people? Okay. T-Boss, thank you. Okay, let's continue. I'm showing you how the trafficking is done, what Jeffrey Epstein and his cohorts were up to. And it is one tribe behind this. I am showing you industrial scale human trafficking and why the government is not prosecuting the criminals. Okay, Queen doesn't understand. Let me repeat. Now, The radio spectrum in the United States falls under the FCC, that is the Federal Communications System. They control all the frequencies. The FCC, has a frequency data allocations spectrum list. That is this that you're watching. Okay? I'm going to show you how they use crypto to do it. Okay? Now, there are different frequencies from 0 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz that is in this data allocations list. The data allocations list is broken up on the legend to your left via color because the frequencies are not the same. So there are marine frequencies, there are satellite frequencies, there are space research frequencies, there are frequencies only for colleges, there are frequencies for broadcasting, there are frequencies for marine, aeronautics, deep space, radio astronomy, okay, meteorology, okay, that is here. They are denoted by their color. When you get to the right, on the right, each color tells you the amount of frequencies that is allocated to each individual organization. Okay, now let's get to how they do industrial scale human trafficking. And my body was used to build the coming slave system, and it is one tribe that's behind it. The only tribe you're not allowed to criticize. This is not mysticism. This is a fact. I have, and thank you, Rhino, for that, but this is not mysticism. This is real. Okay? I have the evidence. Okay? It is a criminal cartel of the most perverse order that is behind this. Now, let me show you how the trafficking is done. Let's get to the right. So, let's say a corporation wants to license out from the FCC. When the technology is put into your body, you fall under this spectrum from 0 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. Okay? Let me show you. 0 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. Okay? Let me show you the trafficking. Let's say you are in this spectrum once the technology is in your body. Okay? You are owned by the FCC. Does everyone understand who owns you? Does everyone understand who owns you? Yes, the telepathy that you're hearing is because you're on this spectrum. Press 1 if you understand who owns you. Thank you, Ikara. Okay, you need to understand how the trafficking operates. And you need to understand SVB Bank. Thank you, Insightful. Okay, only 2 people? 3 people? People, come on, you can press 1. 1 is free. Thank you. Okay. Now let's say A corporation wants to license out from the FCC radio astronomy frequencies. Radio astronomy is bright yellow. T-Boss, that is because you're picking up radio signals. Let me continue. Yellow. Radio astronomy is yellow. Okay? Let's go to the chart. You see all the bright yellow? Do you see all the bright yellow on the chart? The bright yellow. You're only looking for bright yellow. It doesn't have to be bright yellow, but we're just using that as an example. All the bright yellows, this radio astronomy, are different levels of frequencies from 0 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz. So let's say a corporation wants to do advanced radio astronomy in the 300 gigahertz range. They will pay the FCC to license out this frequency. Who do you think is getting licensed out? If you have technology in your body that is capable of picking up radio frequencies in the 300 gigahertz range, specifically for radio astronomy, who do you think is getting purchased? Who do you think is getting sold? If your body has technology in it that is in the 300 gigahertz range, and you are now under control of the FCC, and a corporation comes to license out frequencies in the 300 gigahertz range, you are. That is what was done to me. That is how they buy and they sell me every single day. And they make hundreds of billions doing it. And that is just one. If you have technology in your body that could pick up cell phone communications or cell phone frequencies, and all of the telecommunications come, you are on the FCC allocations, spectrum allocations because of the technology in your body. All of the cell phone carriers, all of the telecommunications companies are now literally paying the FCC to traffic you. Oh, let me show you the IP MAC address. Let me show you. Thank you for bringing that up. Let me show you everyone with an IP MAC address who took the liquid Lucifer into their veins, and they didn't listen to me when I warned them that they would be trafficked. Okay, because my body was used to build this system. This is how they will know. And by the way, this is not domestic. Okay, when you're in this spectrum, when you have the technology in your body and you're on this spectrum, you are trafficked worldwide. Okay, All right. I want to show you something else. So let's go back to body area networks. Remember what we were looking up, body area networks. Okay, I want to show you something. We were just okay. Okay. Now, remember the body area networks we were looking at. We're going to get to the MAC addresses, right? Okay, so we have the body area networks. The smallest is the nano, which is the vaccines. Okay, then you have the body area networks. Like I said, my body was used to build it. And they don't want to pay. Let me say this again. The human traffickers, they don't want to pay. Let me say it again, because it involves government agencies and multinational, very rich corporations that are involved in this sophisticated trafficking. And all of this was done by Jeffrey Epstein. But what they did is they gave you a limited hangout of Jeffrey Epstein was only trafficking and abusing children. No, they were building the coming slave system, which is CBDCs and digital currencies, 15-minute cities, and cybernetics in your body, where they know your thoughts and can kill you on demand. Okay? All of these nano, ban, pan, lan, can, man, ran, wan are on this. And you are trafficked all over the planet. Now, let me show you how you can find out, because they think they're smart. This tribe who traffics people, and this tribe believes in trafficking. Okay? I'm going to show you how you find out who owns you when you have the Bluetooth MAC address, because they think they're slick. What they did is they went from, I want you to see this, they think they're slick. They went from body area networks, which is in my body, to nano. The nano runs on Bluetooth MAC addresses. So me with a ban who they used to build this system, whose bloodline they went to look into, and then what they found in my bloodline, they stole everything. And I'm not going to go into detail as to how much they stole. Okay. But they stole everything. They came up with Jeffrey Epstein, a new system, which is the nano. The nano runs on Bluetooth. Everyone say with me that the nano runs on Bluetooth. You're still in the FCC spectrum. Okay, let me say this again. You're still in the FCC spectrum. Okay, but you have to know how to find who owns you. I'm going to show you how to find who owns you and who is trafficking you. Okay, press 1 if you can hear me. Okay, great. If you go to this website, if you took the liquid Lucifer and you download the app Bluetooth MAC addresses, download the app Bluetooth MAC addresses. You're going to go to the website adminsub.net /. You're going to type in the Bluetooth MAC address. Okay? You're going to type in Bluetooth MAC address. Okay? And I'm going to show you a nightmare. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to show you the human trafficking and the industrial scale of this human trafficking by this tribe. Okay? Look at this. I'm going to blow it up so you can see the nightmare for yourself, how you're trafficked and who you're trafficked to. Look at this. Okay, so we're looking at MAC address finder. You're finding who is trafficking you. You're finding who is trafficking you. If you took the jibbly jabbly, if you took the squibbly dibbly, if you took liquid Lucifer, you are internationally trafficked. Does everyone understand English? Like myself, because my body was used to build this. Hell no, I didn't take that. You kidding me? They already got me. Do I look stupid? Okay, now watch this. You could search for the MAC address or vendor name. You know who's the vendor? The people who are purchasing and selling you. Okay? Let me show you. You type in the Bluetooth MAC address here. Okay? Now let me show you the scary part. You see it says here MAC FCC. So for those who think I'm making it up, do you see where it says MAC FCC? Vendor. That means who the frequency is licensed out to. In this case, this is IBM. I believe you, ABS, because that is the vendor who now is licensing them out from the FCC. Are you understanding what I'm trying to show you? Look at this. FCC, remember I showed you this? This is the FCC frequency allocations for the radio spectrum. Okay? Remember I showed you this? The government agency, the FCC that controls all the frequencies? I am showing you how you're being trafficked. Now do you see why the US government does not want to pay me? Here's why too. When you are trafficked, the government gets paid. I'm going to show you how they get paid when you have a MAC address. Because MAC, MAC, is in the nano. Okay? They built the nano, Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates, when they built the nano into the vaccine, they built it with a MAC address, meaning a different system for the ban. Like if they scan my body, they're not going to pick up a Bluetooth MAC address. because the Bluetooth MAC address was built for the nano. So every time, let me show you the FCC. Let's get back to it. I'm going to show you. So you're going to look up to who is licensing out your body. And let me show you an example. So the MAC address all falls under FCC, BCC, A498, etc. Mainly FCC. The vendor is who is licensing out that MAC address. Okay? So when you download the Bluetooth MAC address finder and you run the search, it's going to tell you the MAC address, who is controlling that frequency, and they're going to show you who is licensing out your body. You are being trafficked. That is what Jeffrey Epstein and his cohorts were up to. And what they did is they ran ahead of the story telling you that Jeffrey Epstein was just trafficking children. No, let me show you where it gets worse. When they traffic you using a MAC address, in my case, it was not a MAC address, okay? And he's still alive, yes. Okay, it is tied. This is before they rolled out the vaccines. It is tied, okay, to cryptocurrency, as in Sam Bankman-Fried. So when you are getting sick, when your body is in pain, do you want to know what they're doing? They are mining crypto. When you can't sleep between 12 and 6, that's because the people who have control of your body in the East, because in the East it's daytime when it's nighttime in the West, they are mining crypto. When they get the cryptocurrency, okay, they have to wash the crypto. Do you want to know how they wash the crypto? Let me show you. Oh, social justice and equity. When your body's sweating profusely and you're hot, and you just think you're getting hit with directed energy weapons, they are mining crypto. That is how the rulers are billionaires, and your ass and my ass is broke. They are trafficking us inside our bodies and mining crypto from our bodies. Then, because they didn't have a global system to offshore the crypto in a legalized fashion, that is why they took Bitcoin. Bitcoin was created by Jeffrey Epstein. They brought Bitcoin from underground, which is what they were using to pay for hits, drugs, rape, porn, child trafficking, and they brought it above ground. All the while still trafficking us. Because you got to show, watch me, in order for the money to become legalized, okay, it has to be washed. Crypto had to be washed. So they had to take crypto from being blood money, human trafficking money, child rape money. Crypt, exactly. Death. Crypt is death. That's what it means. To make it legal money. How do you do that? You don't just put it into real estate anymore. You know where you put it? Your woke agenda. social justice, climate change. And what you do is the corporations begin pushing and creating organization for LGBTQ, social justice, protecting the climate, because you got to find a legal way to wash the dirty money. Racial equity, reparations, even though you will never see a dime. If I don't get justice for what they did to me today, you think they're going to give you reparations for what they did 400 years ago? If I'm in an ongoing crime today and they don't give me justice for the crimes they're committing today, you really think they're going to they're going to tell you, they're going to give you reparations to wash the human trafficking money. So now that they realize, shoot, Jeffrey Epstein got busted. But here's what we have to do. We have to run ahead of the story and make him take the hit for child trafficking so that people don't realize that we were doing industrial scale human trafficking. Yes, washing your money. Okay, so what do? They said, listen, we got to create an entire system for crypto. We got to make crypto legal. That way we can offshore all of the money we use for industrial scale human trafficking. You don't believe me? Do you want to know what Melinda's body and my body earned in 1 year? Net profit in 1 year. Net profit, people. 400 billion. Then the money can't circulate in the system. What would happen if they don't wash it? Wash it is making it legal. The money can't circulate in the system. They're going to have to offshore and keep the money black. Now, do you understand CBDCs? CBDCs is literally building the infrastructure so that the trillionaires who made money human trafficking, people like myself and Melinda, stealing our DNA, stealing our ancestral inheritances, and then human trafficking us through the FCC, and then using federal government agencies, the DOJ, the FBI, to target and to terrorize us. Why do you think all of a sudden they're pushing to bring everybody into a CBDC system? And then what they do is they begin to create social agendas to dump the money in. Your critical race theory is to offshore dirty money. I don't care what black people tell me. I am telling you what it is. Your LGBTQ agenda is to offshore dirty money. Your social justice and equity, give me a break. These people at the top, their families were slave drivers. You really think they think you're equal? You down here who pay taxes is equal to them up there who don't pay taxes? The people at the top are telling you racial justice and equity. They don't pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, you go to jail. You think you're equal to them? Yet they tell you racial justice and equity. I'm trying to tell black people, critical race theory is a trap to make you broker than before. and then to use you to push a pedophile bestiality slave agenda, of which you will end up broker than before. And then get white people to hate you. Why? Because as long as white people are busy hating black people, and then black people are like, hey, what did I do? And they're busy hating white people, the tribe at the top gets away with it. This is how you find out who owns you. So you download the Bluetooth MAC address. You type in the MAC address. You hit search. Your slave owners will come up here. That is who owns you. That is who is licensing you out to the FCC, and that is who have a legal right to make money off of you. And you get nada. Now, you think some black men who were wrongfully convicted of going to jail should get body scans? I guess you guys missed that one. If you are black or white or Hispanic and you ended up in prison, you think you need to find out who owns you? And that could be the reason why you ended up in prison? This is how you find out who owns you. You put in the MAC address here, you run a search. It will tell you who has the frequency and who is licensing out your body. That's for the MAC address. For the body area network, it's a little bit different. You got to find out on this spectrum who's licensing your body. That's how the slave system works, and that's what Jeffrey Epstein was working to build. Okay? I'm going to change the title of this video. If anyone wants to support me, you can support me via Cash App. Okay? Okay? Or you can support me via PayPal. And all your support is greatly appreciated. Okay? Ikata, thank you so much for that. All right? So it's an hour and 23 minutes. Guys, this is how dirty the game is. It's industrial scale trafficking through government agencies and through corporations. The government knows. If you have a corporation, that's one of the best things you can do, Ryanel. What you need to do is you need to take out insurance out on your body. Okay? If you have a corporation, I made a whole video about how to beat the coming slave system. Okay? What you do is you got to incorporate your body and then take out insurance on your body. In your corporate charter, you must state that you use your body to earn money. When you do this, any corporation you find profiting off of your body, you can lien them. When you issue a lien against them, if they don't respond based upon the judgment you put in that lien, you now own the corporation. I told people how to get out of this. The thing with me is that I didn't find out they did this to me until after they did it. So if you don't have technology in your body and you did not take the squibbly dibbly, incorporate your body, incorporate yourself. Okay? Now, in your corporate charter, okay, You have to state that your body expressly is how you make money, your body and your image. You must also state that no one, no corporate entity has a legal right to um, gain profits off of your body or your image. And if perchance they do, you have the right to lien that corporation. I didn't say sue them, I said lien them. That is how you beat the slave system. There are people telling people to come out of the corporation. Okay, I just listened to a video where a young man became a national citizen in a state, and several police officers, when he was telling them that he's not a state national, they told him, "You're breaking the law," and about a couple of them shot him dead and murdered him. And now the family has to go into hiding. Why? Because that's not how you beat it. That is not how you deal with it. Okay? They're going to use deadly force. If you become, they targeted him because they knew he was a state national. And that is how the state operates. They will kill to protect their racket. So what do? You don't become a national. You incorporate your body and you become the corporation. I made a whole video on how to do this. And you got to do it now, before they get this tech in your body. Okay, one of the things you can do is DNA. Okay, in my case, long before I realized, they went and they stole my DNA. Okay, so you can incorporate using your DNA. Yes, you can. But you can use your DNA. Listen to me. You can use your image, the way you present yourself, the way you look. Okay? And you can use your physical body, because your physical body is what you use to gain wealth. That must be in your corporate charter, and it must be clearly stated. Then you take out insurance, and you must state in your corporate charter any corporation making money off of you. I showed you how they do it. You can lien them. Now, now you can't lien the FCC because they're a government agency. Okay, but you can lien the corporations, because it's the corporations that make the money trafficking you and then pay the FCCs to license out your body. All right, guys, I think I told you enough. Look, you see how much stuff I tell you guys for free? Okay, I give you the real deal, so use it. Okay, because this new technology jumps from one person to the next. It's literally like GMO seeds. That's why I said this is cross-pollination. They designed this new technology. If someone next to you took the squibbly dibbly, you get infected. And once you get infected, you give off a signal, and now they own you. That's cross-pollination. That's like a GMO field and a non-GMO field, and the bird picks up the GMO seed, or the wind blows the GMO seed onto the non-GMO seed, and then the GMO demoniac said, "Your land is mine because my GMO seed is now on your land." Okay? That's how you do it. And I made a video years ago about that. Okay, guys. So, guys, thank you for joining me. Listen, love each other. The key to defeating them is racial harmony. These people on television who are pushing racial division are paid. They are all a member of the tribe, and they are all paid to push racial division, because the tribe thrives on bloodshed. That is how they get done what they need to get done: bloodshed. So, this is why it is my mission to preach and to push peace among the different people groups and love among the different people groups. Love each other is the key to dispelling them. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Guys, book If you want a 30-minute session, book a consultation at blacksunrise.com. And we will be doing our group training going to Atlantis at the end of the month. Guys, love you and talk later.